Hey everyone, so someone asked me today to recreate Figma's multi-actions prototype example in their documentation associated with their new features post-config 2023. So that's what we're going to focus on today, is build a small little prototype focused on multi-actions where the user has the ability to, let's say, add a song to a recently played playlist. When that happens, a confirmation overlay will come down and then disappear. I'll put this file that I'm working within available for free on uicollective.co. The link will be in the description, and the styles that I'll be using as well. Those are also available for free in this template here, our design tokens template, which will fit in nicely for any design system. Maybe you're just experimenting. Also available for free on uicollective.co. I'll put the link in the description as well. With that said, let's dive in. So let's start off by building the icons, so the plus icon and the check icon that we'll use in our multi-action prototype. So I'm first going to go into my assets and pull in a add icon. And let's make it a little bit bigger. I can see right now it's set to 16 by 16. Let's maybe set it to something like 42 by 42. And then let's right click, add auto layout, and let's get rid of the gap and the horizontal and vertical padding, and just make sure that that is aligned in the center. Let's add a fill. So we're going to go with our surface action, and we're going to change our text headings to our text on action. There we go. Let's then make it look like a little bit more of a button, I guess you could say, icon button. So we're going to set the quarter radius to 50, and let's also add a stroke, and it will be our border. Let's go with our border primary. Amazing. So it doesn't look absolutely too pretty, but that's fine for now. So let's rename this to icon. Let's create the components. Copy and paste a symbol for testing purposes. And there we go. But we still need to add a variant for our check. So let's on our main component. Let's right click under main component and add a variant. And let's clean up the naming conventions here. So this will be our check icon. This will be our add icon. And property one will be our type. So on our check variant, we want to swap the icon out. So let's click in and just do a quick swap for a check. Just like that. So then on our main component, on our variant, or excuse me, our symbol of our component, I can swap between add and check. Beautiful. So next, let's actually look at adding or building out the multi-action prototype. So now that we have our icons, let's start building our multi-action prototype. So I'm going to bring in a frame, and I'm going to set that to an iPhone 13 mini. Again, it doesn't matter what size you use, but we can't have a prototype without a frame. So now let's add some text, and let's just call it recently played. Oops, spelled recently wrong. There we go. And let's move that down. And then let's bring in some other assets as well. So let's bring in our skeleton. And I'm going to resize it. But if you're working with an actual design system that isn't best practice, you should never actually resize your components. So just pretend that I didn't do this. Let's switch back and let's bring in a symbol. And let's change that back to our add. Let's select both, add our auto layouts, and let's set the gap to maybe 60. Again, doesn't really matter. And let's copy them so that we have 4 or 5 all the way down. I think 4 is just fine. Let's right click, add our auto layouts, and we'll set the gap between all of them to 50 just to keep things consistent. Now, a couple things. When a user presses the add button, what we want to happen is the icon to change to the plus. So for that to occur, what I'm going to do is go into our icon here, prototype it, so that add an interaction, so that on click, we are changing that to the check type instantly. So let's preview that. Boom. So I can see that when I press the add button, that now changes to the check. Perfect. So Figma also has another part of their example where they have an overlay. So let's demonstrate how when a user clicks on that add button, an overlay will come down, appear at the bottom or the top, whichever you choose. I'll put it at the bottom just because that's where I have more space, and then disappear back up after a set amount of time. So I'm going to add some text. Your song has been added to your playlist, something like that. I don't know. And then let's adjust it. So let's get rid of the bold and make that, I don't know, maybe 24. And let's just say your song has been added. Keep things nice and simple. Maybe we'll go a little bit smaller. We'll go to 20. So let's right click, add our auto layout, and let's adjust some of the colors here. So we'll set our fill to our surface information, and let's set our color of our text to our text headings, and let's adjust some of the properties here. So let's say maybe a 30 horizontal and a 20 vertical, and then let's rename this to overlay. So again, what we also want to happen is that when a user clicks this button, this overlay opens and then disappears. So let's add another action to what we already have. So let's go into our prototype, add another action, and that's going to be open an overlay, which will be our overlay layer. And we can adjust some of the items here. So we're going to put it at the bottom center. Again, that just happens to be where I have more space. So let's have a quick check here. Let's preview this. Oops, wrong one. Oops. Let's preview. So I can see it's added instantly to the bottom, which is nice, but it's missing that effect. So where it like sort of floats down to the bottom, stays there. So let's go back into our multi-step. There it is. And let's set the instant to move in. We'll move it in from the top. And now let's try this one more time. So when I click that, I can see that that sticks to the bottom and it floats down really nicely. However, one thing that we're missing is it's just stuck here now. What we actually want to have happen is have this overlay close after a set amount of time. So let's then select our overlay and add an interaction. And it was going to be that after delay, we're going to close the overlay. So I'm setting it to 800 milliseconds. So let me go back and preview this one more time. And I can see that when I click that button, that overlay comes down, it then disappears. Beautiful. So that is how you create your multi-action prototype.